Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Touch of Madness, the weekly podcast show hosted by Madness Records. And here with me today, I have the one and the only Red Door Walking.
Woo!
Hey guys.
How are you doing, guys?
Good. Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad.
Yeah?
How are
That's
you?
good. Living it, loving it, loving it.
Amazing.
What else can I say?
Can't get better than that.
Exactly. So for the people out there who may not be familiar with who you are and what sort of music that you do, can you kind of explain is who you are and what you do to the people out there?
Sure. You want to start?
No, you start.
All right. So what do we do? I'm a singer. Andre is, he is a musician. He plays many instruments. He produces. I met Andre. I wrote some music. He wrote some music. We put it together. And we've kind of created a kind of pop/rock kind of duo. Please.
Kind of rock pop slash. Yeah, right. Okay, that's definitely interesting.
It's a London-based duo for now,
But now, it sounds like there might be a story there.
There might be a story there.
Oh.
We're gonna be based near Manchester.
We are moving in a week, actually.
Yeah, what brought that around then, if I may ask?
The rent. To be fair, our tenancy was up. We started looking for new places. My sister lives in Manchester. She kept trying to get me to move there for the last couple of years. I kept saying, no, I need to be in London. Anyway, we thought, right, let's just have a look at some flats, look at the rent. Oh my goodness, it's literally half what we're paying in London. So we were like, why not?
And fair enough.
Yeah.
Although Scotland is beautiful this time of year, I must say.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be our next move.
Yes.
It's near the studio. Hey, you guys are in Liverpool. So, well, not you.
I was going to say, I'm not in Liverpool.
Yeah, you're not in Liverpool, but, yeah, we thought, why not? Manchester's a cool place. Lots of gigs and stuff going on there. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Trying to get into touch with a bit of the Northern Soul kind of thing, Phil, then.
Totally.
Yeah. So I heard a rumor that you guys are currently working on an album. Can you tell us anything about that?
That is very true, and the most exciting thing, it's going to be through Madness Records. That's going to be amazing. It's going to be an eclectic work, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And we have already a few songs that were already previously recorded. We are doing new arrangements. We have like 6 songs.
We have already 6 done for the album, which is quite exciting.
Very exciting.
We have some old songs which we are arranging, like you just said, changing them up a little bit, remastering, reproducing those.
We also have new songs.
We have some new songs, 2 of them which were written during lockdown, in those long, painful days of wondering what is going on in the world. Will we ever be able to leave our homes? And we have space for a few others. It's not one style. It's going to be a multi-genre album.
Ooh, multi-genre album. Now that definitely sounds very interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, that rumor is true.
Well, I would ask if there was any samples that we could listen to, but no spoilers. I know that one for very much. No spoilers. So for all of you out there wanting to know when the album is coming out, I'm afraid can't let you know yet. You're gonna have to keep following us and keep following Red Door Walking to find out when it's coming out. And maybe if you ask nicely enough, they might give you a little teaser.
Yeah,
we might do that. Yes. We are planning on, with our move, doing some open gigs finally, which is going to be exciting. We will also be doing some more lives. So although we've been quite quiet recently on Instagram, that is about to change. So please follow. We will be doing some lives so you can watch.
So you can watch.
A sneaky peek there. Yes, you can watch if you want. Yes.
Well, that's very good. So can you tell me about the influences that you had in music as to why you got into making music yourself?
When it's too many to mention, but when I hear the songs that we already done, because I play basically all the instruments, so we are a duo in studio and live. We're gonna have musicians working with us, of course. But when I listen to our songs, I know that the influences are there, mostly 80s synth bands like Depeche Mode, Erasure, Soft Cell, so many.
So many to list. To list.
Okay.
Broski beat, Eurythmics, I can hear those kind of landscapes.
Yeah.
In terms of guitars, New Order, The Cure, drummers. I'm a musician because of Mel Gaynor playing on Simple Minds, but also Neil Peart from Rush, Gavin Harrison. So all of those people influenced me somehow. When I listen to our songs, I must confess that I listen to some things there. Yeah, definitely. And you?
So that's quite a few. So I actually started out as a dancer and as a musical theatre jazz performer.
Oh, very posh.
That sounds way posher. That's not even a word. Sounds more posh than it is. But yeah, no, I started out as a dancer, and actually my young dreams of being a dancer, I realized to get into a dance college, you had to be able to sing. Never had a singing lesson. I was like, Mum, what am I going to do? So I had a few singing lessons, managed to get into college. During college, I kept getting injured. I kept dislocating my knee. For any of you out there who have done that, yeah, it's painful. It's awful. But
I never dislocated my knee. My knee's dodgy knee just comes from constantly bashing it against hard surfaces when I wasn't paying attention.
I was going to say maybe you should stop that, but if you can't help it, just maybe wear knee pads constantly. So yeah, so my influence actually comes from, you probably won't be able to tell with our current EP and single, is actually musical theatre, but very much jazz, very much 30s, 40s. I'm talking Frank Sinatra, Marilyn Monroe, Doris Day, Ella Fitzgerald, that kind of vibe.
The sort of the vintage kind of, the classic vintage kind of styling, like the 1950s pin-up sort of style, would you say then?
I like to base myself on a vintage style, but I also don't like to follow styles. So it does seem to get a bit mashed up at times, which I don't mind because I like to change things up. But yeah, so I do, that's my influence and that's always been my passion. And then I started writing a book. And from that book came lyrics, and from those lyrics came a tune, and from that tune, Andre helped arrange. And I've always also loved 80s. So yeah, that's kind of the going vibe at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But don't you worry. If you're not an 80s fan, we will have something for you because we are changing it up.
Yes.
So yeah.
Now, maybe everybody at home watching this can maybe tell me in the comments, but to me, that sounded like a threat.
Yes.
So, is there anyone that you would love to do a collaboration with them with your music?
I'm not gonna lie. I've said this to you before, and I'll say it again. Rammstein all the way. I know that we might not go right now.
Yeah.
But that, just them, their gigs, their live events, everything about that is just like, come at me.
It would be an amazing
Wouldn't that be
experience
insane?
to have a collaboration with Till Lindemann. That would be very interesting to see what would come out of that. Yeah.
That was a long shot, but if anybody at home is very, very close to Rammstein, get a little plug in there. Get a little plug. So, can you explain your creative process with how you make your music? You know, from the idea to the conception to actually getting it out.
Yeah, I mean, ever since we started, we've not really planned anything, have we?
No.
Which is another reason why it's strange as to why we're here today, talking to you right now. It's all just kind of come from nowhere, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I started saying to you, I have been writing down, I've gone through, like we've all gone through some hard times in our life. So I used to write that down, try and process it myself. And from that, I used to read it. And then a tune would pop into my head. So the first few songs we wrote together, I kind of came up with the tune and the lyrics, and then Andre took that and made a masterpiece out of it.
Yes, of course. We were at the distance, so we were literally sending files back and forward.
Yeah.
Finally, when we got together on vacation, we created What Is Time. And so Thin Walls, it's basically the 3 songs that are there. It's her creation. I just did arrangements and that's it. The new single, Nikki, was something that came. It's just like she says. It's like something that it's there and it starts, ringing. And I composed it in 1.5 hours, so solo included. And I don't write lyrics, so that's her part and the vocal melody. So I just gave her the instrumental, and she said, "I'm gonna do something here." And basically, we just decide: is this good enough? Is this something that is gonna be applied to Red Door Walking some way or how? And that was yeah. There's not. We don't really have a system.
We don't really have a system.
Just
Sometimes
go with the flow.
Yeah, sometimes he has the, like with Nicky, he made the instrumental. I listened to it and I was like, oh, a tune came into my head, and then Nicky came out of nowhere. I don't actually know who Nicky is, if anyone's asking. Nicky, I don't know who you are. I felt the need to write these lyrics, and I tried to change the lyrics and I couldn't. I was like, no, it's all about Nicky. I don't know who Nicky is. I don't know who needs to hear this. But Nicky went away, but she's coming back today. So there you go.
Well,
So,
I can actually answer that. I know who Nicky is.
do you?
I do. Nicky is me. Nicky is my alter ego.
Oh,
There we go then. So actually,
Yes.
Lawrence, that was our trick question for you.
Yeah.
That was your trick question for me.
Got it.
Well, that's a nice little switch. I don't normally get the trick questions, but okay, I like that. So other than working on your album and planning to do more live stuff for next year, do you have any other plans musically for next year?
Oh, gigging, performing. That's the most important. Videos, merchandise, all those things. We are in the creative process. We are thinking, and yeah, next year. That's it. It's gigging.
Yeah, I think our main thing is
Yeah.
to get out there and actually gig live. It's been so long. We had, just before lockdown, we had so much planned and so many events and places that we were going to play at and wanted to play at. Obviously that didn't happen. And then we've had a bit of a quiet time the last 6 months. Lots of kind of planning and writing. So once we've made our big move up north, we plan on starting out doing some gigs. I mean, obviously festivals, but we're probably gonna have to wait till next year for that. So yeah, gigs, live videos, and some music videos for our EP, which is already out. So yeah.
Well, that definitely sounds very interesting, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. I've been following your work quite closely, so that would be definitely interesting for me. I don't know about anybody at home, but for me, definitely. So, what is it that you wish you had known now when you were younger, when you first started doing music?
If I would known of her existence before, I would have created Red Door Walking much way longer. But
Oh, Andre! Oh, you sweet talker! Oh.
Charmer.
No, but it's true. It's true. Yeah. It's so weird though. You know, she coming
Handsome
from
and charming. Jesus, Andre, you got it all.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's very interesting. It's as she said, musical theater, and then suddenly I thought, you know, you should be a leader. You should be there. You should be on stage, and then suddenly we are creating together, and that's Red Door Walking is the result of that. It's something that comes from that. So
It's very true, actually. I wouldn't be here doing this right now if it wasn't for him. He did say to me, you should be a singer in a band. And I was like, no, me? No way. I do theatre, darling. Absolutely not.
Oh, darling. I do theatre, darling. Oh, no.
But I never thought I was cool enough or anything. So I think the main thing that I would take from it is actually don't limit yourself. I know when we're younger, we always think, oh, I do this or I shouldn't do that. But actually don't limit yourself to one thing, because our path, whatever that path is, I think it always can lead to different places. And if you allow yourself, like this right now, there's been no resistance. I've not been like, I want to be, you know, it's just kind of happened. So
Yeah.
I think as from a young age, knowing that actually you are capable of doing anything. Yes, you do need to be focused. You do need to put work into it. But the main thing is just not to limit yourself. There you go.
That's definitely a very thoughtful answer, and probably the most thoughtful answer I've had so far asking that question.
Amazing.
Yeah, high fives all around. So that kind of follows into my other question then, which is what is the message that you like to give to your fans out there?
Oof, that's a deep one. We could be here all day.
Well, we're only got a limited time, so hopefully not all day.
Yeah.
So because of that,
whenever the listeners and through what musical platform they use, This is a common phrase, but I hope they enjoy it as much as we did when we recorded and composed this. This was really a joy. It's a labor of love. And the main message I want to say is support bands, see them live, and merchandise. That's the source. That was it's amazing. Now
That's my phone.
that was amazing. So merchandise and live, because of the changes of the music industry, that's the main source of income of bands. And so, long is the time that the bands, they toured to promote the album.
Yeah.
I'm old enough to remember those days, and now it's the contrary. You really release songs to promote your live gigs. So please, guys, if you like bands, watch them live. It's the best experience ever. It's always easy to do a beautiful recording because you can do it over and over again until it's beautiful. But live, those are the real musicians. Watch them live, buy their merchandise, especially on their official site. Don't go to other places where they have their logos, and because you are not giving any money to the band. And I hope you enjoy to listen to music as we do.
On that note of you saying the recording is not always going to be, live music isn't always going to be raw. Live music isn't always going to be perfect. Well done, Abby. Got there in the end. That's another thing that I wanted to stress through music, is that you could literally be in the studio for hours, days on end, weeks on end, trying to make the perfect sound. We're not about that. I'm literally here to write lyrics from what I've experienced in life. Whether you like it or not, whether it sounds good or not, it's not really about that for me. I don't want to be the most prettiest singer, the most, it's not about being refined. And the other thing, I've just had a brain freeze. Hang on. It will come back.
So basically get it in, get it out, yeah?
Not even about rushing it. I just think for music for us is about the feeling, how it makes you feel. And I think for me, I've always been like the black sheep, the underdog. And it's maybe just about kind of pushing. If there's anyone else out there who doesn't feel like they belong, doesn't feel like they fit, is unsure of themselves, is bullied, or has problems with confidence, all sorts of things like that, that's kind of what my lyrics and our music, I would hope that would appeal to those kind of people, because that's been me my whole life. I'm now 30. I'm finally kind of understanding who I am. Not that I don't think any of us ever really know. And I think, just be you. We're here. Do you, for you, etc. I'm going to stop there because I could go on forever.
You, boo. You do you.
You do you. There you go.
No, I like that. I like that little analogy there. That was good. If you don't feel like you fit in, well, there are places out there where you can feel like you fit in. Like, for instance, gonna plug it in right there, Madness Records. We're all a little bit something or other. That's why we're here.
And also, don't let anyone make you feel like you should fit in. Enjoy being different. Enjoy being you. Do not reform. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Conform.
Conform.
I'm the English one, and I have to ask. Do not conform. Don't let people put pressure on you. So yeah.
Yeah, Madness Records is important. The roster is eclectic. You guys don't follow. That's what attracted us. Really, I think it's very important.
We don't like to be controlled. We don't like to be directed too much. So that's the beauty of freedom with Madness Records. We love.
Yeah.
Well, that's how we like to operate. And to quote you there, Abby, you do you, boo.
You do you, boo.
Hashtag you do you, boo. So where can our listeners connect with you online if they want to, chat with you or listen to your music that you've got out there currently?
So we are on Instagram, red_door_walking. We are also on Facebook, facebook.com/reddoorwalking. Our official site is red-door-walking.com. On our site, you have a little bit more about who we are, our history, what's coming up, the events coming up. We will also be selling merchandise on our website.
You can find all the links that are necessary also on Linktree. It's amazing. Red Door Walking, capital RDW.
And our music is on Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp, Deezer, Google Play.
Yes. All of those.
So
Pandora, all of those.
Fair enough. And if anyone at home watching this is actually genuinely interested, I will have the links to all that down in the description below, so you can check it out. These guys will definitely be more than happy to chat away to you and chat your ear off. So that's absolutely fine.
Try and get me to stop chatting. That is the challenge.
That is the key. That is the key. That is something that I learned the hard way, which is why I don't bother engaging you in conversation much.
Oh my goodness. I'll take that as a compliment.
I'm joking, obviously. Right, so now we are down to the proper nitty-gritty part of the interview, and if you've seen my previous episodes, I'm pretty sure you know where this is going to go, where we are going to dive down into the underbelly of my questions, if you will. So, are you ready for my first proper serious question?
Born ready. Let's scout.
Okay. Is cereal a soup?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
How are you sure?
Because.
Ooh, I got you there. Whoa.
Cereal, a soup. If cereal was a soup, cereal on the box. That's my argument.
That's your
Could you
argument.
try again?
I've heard that as well, but Siri just said that she didn't understand either. So there you go.
All right. Okay. So what is the most trouble that you have been in? Nothing illegal. Keep it PG. You know, I need to be able to try and monetize at some point.
With me, it was my first contract on ships. That was unbelievable.
What?
Because it has to do with passports. Yeah. Is
that the worst thing you've done?
That was very bad.
Andre's a good boy. He sticks to the rules.
Yeah.
He works hard. He never calls in sick.
Yeah.
He got stuck in Dubai.
Yeah, I don't have any interesting story like those. But yeah, but I've been stuck in Dubai and Oman, Muscat. You know, cruise ships,
with no visa.
Contracts, no visa, no documents. A big confusion, but you know, it is life. And
yeah.
And you?
I'm a bit different. I did not enjoy school. I was always nice though. I've always been a nice person, or at least I try and be nice. But I went on a ski trip. I think I was 14 or 15 at the time, and honest to God, to this day, my mum and dad don't believe me, but I was with a group of friends, a group of guys, and it was a day off, and we went.
I already don't believe you. A group of friends. I already don't believe you.
We were in Austria, and we went past a petrol garage. Now the boys decided to buy a bottle of vodka. So anyway, everyone's drinking the vodka. I actually didn't have a sip. I promise you, I didn't have a sip, but I was with them. And then our deputy headmaster comes walking by. Now, one boy called Matt, he was paralytic, bless him. Everyone ran away, and he was literally lying on the road. So me being a nice person, I stayed with him because I thought, I can't leave this guy in the middle of Switzerland or Austria. I can't remember where we were. So I stayed with him. Deputy headmaster comes along, blames it all on me. Then I got suspended from school and no one else did. Isn't that crazy? So then my dad picked me up and took me to McDonald's. And then...
Okay. You get suspended, then you get treated to a McDonald's. Okay.
Yeah. And then I had a few days off and it was great. But that's probably the most trouble I've been in. And I didn't do anything wrong. So guys, even if you get crucified for being nice, still be nice. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay. What is your favorite song that you have done and you like to perform?
What I'm going to wear. We have more, but I'm not even going to divulge just yet because it's...
No spoilers.
No spoilers. What I'm going to wear...
For me, it's the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's the same. Yeah.
And I think out
the
of...
beat is amazing. It's good. It's very good.
It's just fun. It's fun to sing. We've had quite a lot of awesome feedback from what I'm going to wear. And although it's, was it one guy said, how I didn't realize how singing about what I'm going to wear can be so good. Cheers. So yeah, but no, we enjoy it. Yeah, what I'm going to wear.
It's fun. It's good.
Up tempo. Cool.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's certainly, yeah, that's definitely interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Actually, yeah, what I'm going to wear. What are you going to wear?
So, what are your thoughts on the music industry and how it is today?
I talked before about the change of the income and the way that the music industry works, from touring to promote the record, do a record to promote the touring, and now we are really in a situation that the income is really difficult, but we see these as opportunity, and I think that it's a interesting time to be alive and to think about new options and new ways of income. I think that we have to be more local, and we have to be very aware where we are and what we are doing. And we are going back to the small clubs. I think the venues are going to get smaller, but that's also positive because it's going to be more intimate. The tours will be longer, and I think that's it. There are pros and cons about this. And of course, I'm so sorry. Another big change is the technology. Obviously, in the 80s, it was very difficult to record an album with good quality. You really had to book a studio. Nowadays, of course, anyone with GarageBand, home studio, they can do a good work. They can do a good work. It was not. It didn't start with Billie Eilish, with Grammys and shit, because she did the things in the room with her brother. It started maybe with Moby. I remember Moby, which is an amazing album play, was that it's in his New York studio, in his room. So things are changing. That makes music production more approachable to all people. That's a good thing. So we're going to see more things, less controlled by major record companies, and we're going to have publishers like you guys that are more into what's happening internationally. So that's what's going to happen. Yeah.
Amen. Another thing that I think it's quite a tricky time in regards to nowadays, we have Instagram, we have TikTok, we have all of these platforms. And I think it's really, I was having this conversation with someone a few days ago. It's really easy to watch someone and go, why are they successful? How many followers do they have? Okay, let's copy. So I think it's one of those things as well, like you want to promote your music, you want to be individual, you want to get those followings and those streams up. At the same time, it's very hard. I think it could be hard to a lot of young and new people to not kind of copy and just try and say, well, that worked for them. So I think it's about being authentically you.
Yeah, and you reach more people. That's bittersweet. It's interesting. So don't go with the ships. Be you, because internet allows you to get to more people easily. Back in the day, it was newspaper. If you didn't have the support of newspapers and media and TV, I remember bands that struggled to have videos played on MTV.
Yeah.
So much struggle that they had, and so it's like.
So I think it's like using it in your favor, but not getting. I mean, it's very easy to kind of compare. And trying just to be you.
So how do you think that the internet has impacted the music industry then? Because you just touched base on a little bit there. So yeah,
exactly, yes. But well, the internet brought the streaming. Obviously, the first models were a little bit more fair on the artists. It's as the time passes, it's more unfair to the artists. The share, of course, everyone knows that the share is shameful, to say the least.
I have to say though, since even starting our Instagram account, we've connected with so many musicians.
That's the positive side.
Publishers, we've connected with managers, we've connected with all sorts of people who genuinely are interested and are out there to look for the smaller bands, for the new musicians and artists. So I don't think it's necessarily all negative. I think
you guys.
With you guys, exactly. That's how we found you.
Yes, that's positive.
So we have, I think it is a lot of work, but it's always been a lot of work, and it's just about finding the positives and the opportunities in that and trying to carry on being you. Obviously, followers and all of that is very important, but maybe try not to focus too much on that, because then you're going to start sabotaging the work and you stand for. So
not wanting to finish on a negative side. It's it's obvious that I miss the local shop. I miss the local guy telling me, Andre, there's a new CD here. You have to listen to this. Like the Blockbuster. We were talking about that a few weeks ago. The guy that tells me this movie, Andre, he knows me. He knew me. So that is the best. I don't want to be negative, but I miss that. but we have other ways. Now I have people on the internet telling me that.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
But I'm not too knowledgeable about that kind of stuff. I'm actually quite head in the clouds. I kind of stay in my own little zone. I make my music and I try and promote it as much as I can, but I'm not.
So a little bit like Beauty and the Beast there then. Abby, you're the beauty and Andre's the beast, yeah? He does all that technical stuff. You're just the face going, oh, look at me, guys.
Yeah,
look what I've got.
Very good description. That's a very good
But you're not a
description.
beast, darling.
Yeah.
You're beautiful. But I'll take you, absolutely.
Of course.
So is there anything about the music industry that if you had the power to change, that you would change? What would it be?
Oh, the share. The streaming should be more paid. All the streaming should be more paid. You know, the artists and the companies, the publishers should get much more share. Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, you know, all that thing. I think that would be the major difference. And maybe the subscription should be higher. People should pay more. It's
you would think that, wouldn't you? You'd think with the streaming services, with the amount of people that use streaming services and the amount of music that gets put through it and listened to, that the streaming service companies, they can afford to pay out more than like not even quarter of a penny per stream. You'd think that they would be, oh right, okay, look, here's a penny or here's 50p a stream or whatever, something a little bit more.
Yeah, nowadays the subscription is cheaper than one CD back in the day. It's unbelievable. So I wouldn't mind paying a little more for a monthly subscription. But even so, not paying more, as you said, they have loads of money they could distribute better for the artists and publishers. I think that is the main situation, because touring, you know, depends on on several factors. You know, the agents, the managers. That is different. We can still negotiate there, but the share, it's like, yeah, I would change that. I don't know about you, if you would change something.
I'm just beauty in my castle right now.
Yeah.
Look, I may be a dreamer, but I just like to focus on the good, because if I don't, it stresses me out. Can't be dealing with stress and what if this and what if that, you know. So you know what, I'm just going to keep doing me, and I'm sure the right things will happen in the right way. There you go. That's my answer.
Hashtag you do you, boo.
Hashtag.
So I've actually had a pretty good time doing this with you guys. Have you had a good time?
Yeah, it's been great.
It was amazing.
Yep. I have two more questions for you, actually. I just remembered one more, so I've got two more. My first one: do you sing in the shower? And if you do, what do you sing?
I don't at all. I don't sing at all.
He actually doesn't.
Yeah.
He sang once for me because I said, if you don't, I won't finish off that sentence.
I think we can kind of guess.
I don't actually sing in the shower that often, do I?
No, it's
I
not
actually
common.
don't.
No. It's very rare.
If I do, what do I sing?
Rammstein.
Yeah, it's got to be. Gonna get my growl on, but I'm not good at that. But yeah, no, I don't actually sing in the shower often. So sorry for that. It's kind of a
bit of a downer one. Oh, okay. So would you like to come back on here again sometime in the future?
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Totally. We'll get you back on after your album has been done and released, so we can actually talk about that and actually listen to some samples. So we'll get you on for after that. That would be interesting. Now, for all of you at home, if you have enjoyed watching this and enjoyed being here with Red Door Walking, and you've got any questions for them, just put your questions down in the comment section below, and next time we get them on, we'll read them out. Now, remember, it is the same rules that applies to all the others. The most bizarre, wildest, weirdest questions you can think of, I want to know, and I will read them out to them next time. Well, throw them off. Try and break them down a little bit. In the meantime, I will have all the links to I'll have all the links for their social media down in the description, plus the link to my brand new podcast Facebook page, A Wee Touch of Madness. I will have that down in the description as well. In the meantime, stay tuned for next week's episode where we'll have another special guest. I know, a new guest every week. How mental is that? But in the meantime, make sure you like and subscribe, and don't forget to share because that helps us out, and more content will be out like this every week. So catch y'all later.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Thanks for having us.